Hi everyone, it's Chris from KlearlyKrafted Artistic Design, and I'm showing you the back side of our deer lantern. There's a couple videos showing how we did this side, and you can see that we're ready to put on the back piece. So I'm going to just line this up well. I just want to make sure that we are well situated and it's level. So I took and I used my water brush. It's just a brush dipped in water. Technically it's not anything special. And I took out the piece of the image that I want, and it's going to go on here. I just want to make sure it's nice and centered. So just going to make sure all edges are lined up. I'm leaving the straight edge of the napkin on. It gives me the edge to be able to line it up on the bottom of the glass. And we will just use our usual method of using Mod Podge. I always wet my brush first and then just have it damp. I'm going to do half and then the other half. So I'm just going to secure this. See it move there a little bit, so I want to make sure I have it where I want it. Moved again. Very particular about placement. Nothing worse than putting something on and going, oh, that's not straight, or that's not where I wanted it. It's a lot of work to go into something to have it fail in the end, and I'm a little particular, I'll say. Rather than saying picky or obsessive. we'll find a more pleasant word to use. We'll say particular. So what I'm going to do is just start attaching here. And that's that first attachment. I feel like it's always a relief when you get it on to the piece and it's secure. And then you're like, oh, okay. All right, now I got that. So perfect. So I'm using Satin Mod Podge. I know there's so many different products out there. This is just my personal preference, so everybody has their preference. So please use what you like and what you get the best results from. I would never tell anybody they had to use a specific product because everybody has their own likes and dislikes. I have certain products that I really like. And I've tried some that other people have recommended, and I just don't get that same result. So, to each their own, right? It's very much when it comes to arts and crafts and everything. What works perfectly for someone else may not work well for me. So, the best you can do is suggest, and I always say, well, this is what I use. And I never say, you have to use this. So, as you can see, we're halfway on. So, I'm just going to flip this side back. And you're going to see I'm going to turn a little bit. It's one thing that's nice about it, Lazy Susan. I swear this is an old one. I think somebody gave me, and I kind of had it in a closet. And I realized how useful it is for doing these pieces. So I'm going to just carefully, and I just slide back and forth, really making sure that I don't get any glue on my finger, because that will make my finger sticky. That's why usually my jeans have glue on the side of them, because I'm always wiping my finger on this side of my pants when I'm doing this. It comes right out in the wash. It's nothing permanent. It's waterproof glue. Water-based glue, so it just comes right out. And you can see it can be difficult when you're attaching these big pieces. That's when a lot of people get wrinkles. And I've said before, I do the side to side around something round instead of the top down, because you tend to get a flip here in the middle when you're securing. And I found if I do it this way, I don't get that wrinkle in the middle. there we go. We're down. So now the next piece will be putting the Mod Podge on top. So I start in the middle and I work my way out. I made some mistakes when I was first doing this, that I would be worried about these edges and I would seal the edges. But when you go from the middle then out, you'll have minute air bubbles that will then kind of get trapped, and then you can get wrinkles and creases because this area doesn't want to move if you seal the edges, and I want to be able to push from the middle out. So just nice clean strokes. I don't go real heavy with this coat because it's going to get probably 5 or 6 more coats of between Mod Podge, and I have some painting I have to do on this to bring out some accents, and then it'll get a coat of varnish at the end. So you can see nice light strokes, and you want to do light. I like these wide flat brushes because it's a nice light stroke, because this is where you don't want to keep going over it, because I think people are getting their napkins to tear if you go over it too many times, and then it becomes wet. So I try and really do just a single application, enough that I'm sealing, and then I'm going to give this a good, couple hours to dry fully before I come back to it to do anything else to it. And then it'll still get 2 more coats of Mod Podge before I paint my accents. I use a little white chalk paint mixed with some iridescent medium, and where the snow is on the picture, I go back and I paint some definition so that it stands out, and it just gives you a little more definition there. And sometimes when you're putting on the Mod Podge, it looks like you have some wrinkles there. Just let it go. It's not wrinkles. What will happen is when it dries and it adheres, that goes away and it becomes flat. So people get all freaky over wrinkles and upset about them. You have to give the paper, the napkin paper, time to almost bubble and then relax and dry. As you can see, this is almost done. So I will show you the last step. We'll be doing some painted accents, and that's it. Thanks for joining us. This is Chris from KlearlyKrafted Artistic Design. Have a great day.